But in the NBA, got to keep it moving. A city
Off-ball defense, just attention to this.
Moody, Gary Payton, Jimmy Butler, and Quentin Post. No Draymond Green tonight. And Moody off iron there. Yusef Lowry marking it, and Yusef Nurkic for Utah that lost by 2 to the Lakers last night. And rookie Bailey missing the floater. And
Get physical.
no Draymond, no Al Horford, no Kuminga tonight. So you're down guys that would have guarded marking it. Curry missing that 3. And
Team step, make him give it up.
Marking it at 7-1, taking it up and out. And
Post came over to help, made that layup tough.
Curry to GP2. If you lose Gary, he'll be around the back. Left it on iron. Deontay George, he could have won it last night. Missed that last shot, but get past. Moody out of the corner. Moses missing the 3, so the Warriors, some good shots. Yeah, Deontay George at 23 a game, marking it at 29 a game, and that's why Utah could be a problem back-to-back.
And just maybe take him out of rhythm a little bit.
Shot clock at 7. Jimmy Butler finding Moody, shot clock at 5. He gets Bailey into the air, but not enough contact for a foul, and Markkanen headed the other way. And Bailey at 6'9", floats in. Could have had a layup there.
And the crowd burring there. He was more open than he thought.
And Steph throwing it away.
Really struggled there, and Kessler Walker being done for the season has really affected him. Mostly offensive rebounding, defensive rebounding. They're okay as you get Lowry marking 140 points to their opponents 3 games in a row. So Warriors, if they move the ball, if they cut, really make them work defensively, you should be able to get something offensively.
So Bailey getting a good look, and so Utah, let him mention they always size on Steph. They shoot it over Markkanen. GP2 the rebound, so the Warriors 0 for 6. Can they get anything easy? Can they get to the foul line? Can they get a bucket? Hey, they can do it all. Jimmy has the bucket, the body, and the free throw coming.
You take off here.
Game 9, they're averaging 20 a game, nearly 5 assists, nearly 6 rebounds. Excellent from the foul line at 87%. Markkanen spacing out to the three-point line again. I like that contest by Quentin. The team has given up as many points as Utah. You'd think transition is an issue, but right now the Jazz have the Warriors playing half-court, and Jimmy Butler
got us. Let me just go to work. They can't stay in front of me, beating him one-on-one. He can't get by Deontay George as they knock down a 3 there.
Yeah, Mikhailuk, Ukrainian by birth, has been a solid player at a couple different NBA stops. Tic-tac-toe, and Post with the dunk.
It starts with the double. Positions are interchangeable. Sometimes you'll see Quentin Post in the middle and GP2 getting a dunk.
Moody with a steal. 2-on-1. Jimmy soaring and floating and finishing.
Okay, now they're going. Dub Nation is saying, okay, our guys are here now. Say the same thing now. I really appreciate him reaching out, and I obviously accept his apology.
Hey, Warrior fan Butler with Steph up top, and turning that 3 short. And Bailey, quickest man to track it.
Even that last one, Steph got a little bit of an opening.
Markkanen at 7-1, you're thinking, hey, he's going to be inside. No, he can hurt you from deep.
Well, that's why we've seen GP2 on him,
yep.
Smaller. We've seen Quentin Post on him at times.
Oh, Gary right down the lane.
That is a Steph Curry. He sets him so well. He keeps 2 defenders with him most of the time.
Nurkic pretty skilled, but Quentin Post, how about the body? And didn't commit the foul. So now the Warriors have the tempo movement. Steph looking for his first field goal, and he's got it. He went at the 7-footer. He should bounce off Steph. Mikhailuk from deep. And Jimmy Butler with the rebound. Well, you can see, Kay, the Warriors are getting inside. Steph layup, Gary Payton dunk, Butler drive. You don't want to settle on this team if you don't have to. GP2, when you lose him, where is he?
Around the basket, but it started with a Jimmy Butler. Do your job.
Shot clock at 7. Deontay George attacking, and he will draw the foul.
Yeah, Keontae George. Who's at the rim easy.
Can you think of a guard that played in Utah forever that was good at bone crushing?
John Stockton. I mean, he used to get mid-range. Like really tried to kind of perfect that. Obviously, loves shooting his threes, loves getting game.
They're putting Isaiah Collier on Steph.
Oh, he's like a football player.
Podziemski, TJD, and Guy Santos in. Curry wanted some contact there, banked it in anyway.
It's concentration. Feels like there's nothing you can't do when you're defending him and he makes that shot.
Slow-mo, who we definitely loved in the Warrior uniform. Stepped around, he traveled there and got away with it, but TJD got the rebound anyway. Curry for three. And a long ricochet rebound right back to Steph.
Guy Santos kept that alive. Of course, he's in the game going a million miles an hour.
Podziemski didn't settle for the three. Better look to Moody. Good recovery, Isaiah Collier there. Shot clock at three. Brandon's got to make something out of nothing. Did well just to hit iron and out.
I think Santi Aldama with his game.
He drives away at the rim multiple times.
He's solid now. Can always throw in the post with those split action.
TJD is going to get more playing time with Al Horford out this week. Going to miss all 3 games. Moses Moody missing that three. Warriors deep ball has not been there yet, but the effort has.
He had 2 defenders jump at him. The roller was open.
Sensabaugh, and he'll rib that home.
He can score. He is burly in college.
6'6", 235. TJD back out to Moody. You like these looks, but the Warriors are 0 for 8 on threes right now. Wouldn't mind Trace trying to put a few in the basket.
Well, just show and go a couple times.
Lipowski, nice skip pass. Slow-mo taking his time. Deontay George dropping in the three.
It starts with allowing a drive, allowing them to get in the paint, then you help off. But it's always who else is going to come and join the party. You know those guys are usually going to have really nice games. They want to bring their teammates along for the ride.
Buddy having that three blocked, but taps it to Guy Santos. That was going to be a pass to Trace. All that effort, and they just come up empty. Sensabaugh flying in to lay it in.
Well, Kyle Anderson, we know this about him. He long.
And there's the lob, and TJD said, yeah, I'm going to hammer.
He was going to do with that like at least 2 or 3 seconds before he caught the ball. He knew Filipowski was going to commit to him. Throw it up high.
Isaiah Collier, we've seen him play well against the Warriors in Utah.
He's a bulldog.
Deontay George, talk about the confidence, man. When you're averaging 23 a game and you got the greatest year three.
He's always shot ready. Coach wants him to just go.
TJD having that blocked. And Collier headed the other way. He just wouldn't mind to get up and down. Utah shooting 53%, and the Dubs are 39%, and yet to make a three. Sensabaugh able to finish there.
He's a power drive, wouldn't he be? And again, it's just the on-ball defense. Can you not give up blow-bys? Give your help a little more time. They're getting into the paint too easy.
Guy Santos. There's the first three of the night. So Guy for third. That's what I want to know. That's a lot of time.
That is amazing.
Will Richard, Pat Spencer in with Butler, Moody, and Quentin Post. Good D there. And
get off to a better start would be nice.
Post trying to make Nurkic move his feet. Moody attacking. There's a Quentin Post catch and shoot. Those are the ones that need to go down. Kyler using the handle. Butler with a quick. Every time they've run, they've usually had good success. And Will Richard right off the bench, right into the bucket. And the rookie hits a three.
Get as you can and throw it ahead whenever you can. Will Richard is going to be ready. Remember, this team played last night. Run them.
Done a good job not turning it over. Only 2 turnovers. He's marking it off back iron. He's done a good job on the rebound battle. 13-12. And Moody. One goes in. Then here's another one goes in. Richard handling.
We just saw Moses Moody's defender was cheating off of him. Nurkic was almost under the basket. He's the only guy that could get out there.
Collier went in, out. And then Collier getting that offensive rebound. Sensabaugh pulled that string short. Lennis says keep running them. They played last night. They traveled from LA. Butler down the lane. Butler tipping in his own miss.
He's saying nobody is going to stop me from shooting 82% from the line last year, and he wasn't satisfied. But he's so dynamic. Initially, the point of emphasis for him is the highly position three. The point of emphasis decision making, because he didn't play point guard at Baylor, right? But he's had to do that here.
And Colin Sexton traded him. Moody spaces out. Moody dropping in another three. So Moses started
there, but Moses Moody concentrate. Next time you can show it going pretty easily.
Bailey off iron, long rebound to Markkanen. Those are the ones the Warriors want. Let him mention it, how just disappointing it is to have to play defense again. Another 20 seconds or so. Bailey from the other side. And Moody coming back to get the ball.
After the Markkanen double team again.
The Warriors come up with 2 stops that trip down. Get back to Butler and Collier. That is strength on strength right there. Jimmy said, I'm usually stronger. Jimmy Butler
is smaller, even though he's pretty stout and thick.
Look at Post move his feet there. It didn't reach.
Against a quick guard.
Really quick. That's impressive. Bailey denied by Moody, and that's the rebound.
That's the on-ball defense you're looking for.
Post out of the corner. Oh, that's pretty ball. Moses defensively, Quentin Post offensively.
Shoot high and shoot it from there.
16 unanswered, K.
That makes his release so much quicker.
And then contesting Markkanen and coming back to
you got to get those. Now you have some momentum.
Not take your foot off the accelerator. 16 in a row. Quentin Post for 3. Rebound, Moody, headband coming off, laid it in anyway.
He is unbothered. People trying to help him up, they're all falling. You're the more aggressive team. Oh my.
Bailey didn't catch the lob. It's Jimmy Butler in the lane.
What is happening? Everybody's falling over.
That is the kind of turnover where even Quentin's like, his head, does he sit at the end of the bench? He's like, no.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to come back and make my next 3 shots.
He's going to keep playing hard.
TJD played the D. The ricochet, Will Richard with a rebound.
Defense now. People are moving their feet.
Steph is back in. Warriors are pitching a shutout here in the second quarter. Deflected, still got to Curry. From the baseline, Steph off iron there and out of bounds.
Oh, could finish a little better at the basket. He can work on that, but he can score it.
TJD inside and Philip.
Why are you giving great compliments to Duke?
It's a good basketball power. Okay. It's not like they went to Kentucky. Shot clock at 3. Steph Curry, step back 3. He went to Davidson. Kyle Anderson was his teammate.
And Kyle Anderson biting the dust. Look at the shooting in the quarter, though.
Filipowski hitting the 3. Well, you said, and your boys carries.
Well, the shot selection has been pretty good, and that's helped. A lot more shots going in for the Warriors.
Oh, nice pass from Steph. And then GP2, give me that. Buddy Hield an open 3. Buddy! He drops in and
save a turnover. Save your quarterback as a wide receiver from getting an interception, basically.
Buddy Hield did not score Friday night. Filipowski and Trace Jackson Davis.
Force there. Now you're running.
Curry. He made Filipowski fall down, but he couldn't hit.
Keep making people bite the dust and lose shoes.
Out of the shot, an air ball out of the Walter Clayton missing there.
He's going to test Filipowski now and see if those shoes are on right.
Put your shoe back on. Buddy Hield. And over the backboard. They're missing Buddy.
What can happen when Buddy Hield gets hot or he sees one go in?
Deontay George is fouled, but that.
I think it's the right call.
Kyle Anderson. And dropping that in.
Yeah, 2 defenders cut in there with Mark. You got Kyle Anderson with a running start.
And they held on to Trace. Sean Corbin has the foul. 30 years for Sean Corbin. 100 Roy and some Fitzgerald guy.
There he goes.
He'll be against Houston.
The legend.
Steph Curry rattling that home.
Look at Steph shaking his head. Feeling good.
This is the Warriors' biggest lead. They flipped the game 23 points.
Once Steph gets that defender on his back, he's keeping him there. He's going to stop on a dime, float game.
Bailey hid behind the screen. Wow, that's a tough shot.
Bailey's got it like
Rutgers, the 5th pick overall.
Talk about his freaky athleticism. He can hit you from outside.
Oh, Curry curling out that 3. Buddy Hield the rebound. Buddy laying it up and in.
Yeah, Bailey had started. Buddy Hield's like, wait, the ball's here to be had. I'm going to get it.
Good play by Steph. He had a nice contest on the 3. Warriors are doing all these pyrotechnics as Trace went up and under. What a block by the side of the rim he was going to come up on. Keyonte George, he just good physicality and then rising up.
He gets
17 for Keyonte George. And the Warriors are doing this with Steph 4 of 11 and 1 of 7 on threes. There's a lot of guys in the town jerseys that are playing well here in the second quarter. Will Richard, little 1-foot floater, and TJD guiding that home.
But again, these long close for threes, and Will Richard, even though he missed that floater, it's the right idea, and you've given Trayce Jackson-Davis a chance.
Just a pickpocket of Markkanen. Behind the back, Buddy laying it in! What a pretty play!
Now they're having some fun.
Needed.
Get these stops, you're able to run off of it. Sparks your offense.
Warriors are third in the league in deflections. You're seeing the defense. Markkanen, he is 7 feet tall.
I was waiting for him to do that when GP2 is on. You are much bigger there, and he did it from the corner.
Yeah, Markkanen's 2 of 8, though. Averages 29 a game, 7th best in the league. So they're doing a good job on him so far. Curry is 8th in the league, and he drops in a 3.
And that step back is second to none. But they're getting downhill and not just relying on their 3-ball.
Yeah, they only shot at 39% in the first quarter, but stayed with the game plan and didn't get demoralized. Had Nurkic go over the back on Quentin Pope, but it wasn't.
It was not.
Inadvertent whistle. Warrior to start. Ace Bailey. Okay, there's the bucket Utah should have had. Okay, now let's have.
I like Steph's mindset, trying to take advantage of them switching, but the pass probably should have been over the top.
Only 5 Warrior turnovers, though. GP2 getting the start. That one just kind of fell to Curry. That's the oddest assist of the night.
The terrible pass, or didn't get it. Steph was able to come up with it. Keyonte George's like, oh no, he gets an open 3.
Markkanen inside. He was fouled before he shot that.
And that kind of worked in the Warriors' favor, too.
Saved a leg. It was like a baseball changeup.
Yeah.
And GP2 playing the D, coming up with a steal. Gary kind of running and surveying. That's what Clint always says, take a beat, see what you have.
And they don't
value possession of the ball. And knocked away. Draymond, no Kuminga, no Al Horford tonight. Backdoor cut in post. Take a beat, and then deliver perfect.
Switched, and Steph comes off a screen. 2 defenders go with him. Roll to the basket if you're Quentin Post.
Ace Bailey, that's a nice delivery for a young kid who can score. Showing
great about what Ace Bailey does. He's a quick decision maker. Great for your offense.
Throw it to Jimmy because he's going to catch it.
That's all that was.
He just says, if I'm...
And Keyonte George had equal opportunity at that one, but he had no chance.
Foul is Markkanen. Quentin Post is moving his feet. And Markkanen spun around, and Nurkic guides it home.
And Nurkic's defense left him available to get an offensive rebound.
Svi Mykhailiuk with Nurkic, Lowry, Markkanen, Keyonte George, and Ace Bailey for Utah. And Moody dropping into 3. I am so proud of Moses Moody tonight. He missed his first with 13.
I'm proud of Quentin Post for showing and going. And Ace Bailey is in help position, almost at the restricted circle there. He's not getting back out to that 3-ball.
Markkanen, he will get to the line.
Well, Markkanen, you know he can get good.
Big man. Keep up, Ronald.
He's thinking, I'm going to be here for 4 years. I'm here for the long haul. And I actually think that's the right mentality. Well enough to go and you're one and done, and you start seeing yourself, oh, he lost the shoe again.
Markkanen, the shoe in the lane, and Curry hitting the 3. We've had the TP play and the shoe down 3. There's all kinds of offense.
They need to tie their shoes tighter. That's all they're going over in their next practice is tying shoes tighter.
Ace Bailey missing, and for the Warriors, they didn't score the first 3 minutes of the game. They got down 11. They shot 39% in the first quarter. They bumped it up to 53% for the game. Payton down 11 to up 17. Mykhailiuk off iron and Quentin Post with the rebound. There's a long way to go in the game, so you do not want to get casual here. Keep playing good basketball. It's Steph. halfway down and out.
Moody set a really good screen. It wasn't even a play, it's just instinct.
Markkanen. How many 7-1 guys could have? That was beautiful.
He's smooth.
Yeah, if you watch them play the Lakers, they came from well down in the fourth quarter to make it a 2-point game, and Keontae George had a chance to win it.
Well, you just have your foot on the gas pedal now.
Poston missed that three.
Get up, get up, get up!
Nurkic, he's got GP2, wheels around him, flips it up and out. Markkanen inside, denied initially and fouled. No, jump ball. They'll say Quinton Post had his hand on the ball long enough.
That's big time.
The Netherlands versus Finland and the jump ball. And, well, Netherlands won, but Keontae George got the ball. Here's Bailey working with Nurkic. Double him. Kailut from Ukraine. It's a full international possession, and Nurkic puts it up and in.
It's tough to keep track of all the countries.
I feel like I'm playing a game of Risk, and I have all the countries out in front of me. That one knocked out of bounds.
The double.
JD in. GP2, nice decision to Moody. The Warriors have cooled off a little bit. And the lead is high as 17, sitting at 13 right now.
But that is still wonderful offense. And Trayce Jackson-Davis cutting the basket, opened that 3-ball up.
Markkanen, he looked like Jimmy Butler there. He got the bucket, faded away, made the basket. Never had more fun in the basketball season.
That team, especially that start, they did so many things well. Defensive intensity, attention to detail, obviously the three-point shooting and the offensive.
Ran the team until Steve got healthy after the back surgery. There's a lot going on that year.
You behave well for the substitute teacher. You love that.
Steph, yank back wing jumper. And Luke Walton will always cut to the basket.
I love it. Yeah.
That was always his thing.
Yeah.
Luke out to Bryce Sensabaugh, had a nice first half, missing that three, and Moody with the rebound. Moody, TJD, Brandon Podziemski, and Will Richards. Will was plus 18 in the first half.
Your split action.
Shot clock at 9. Moses down the lane. Moses to put it up and out. But Will Richards there to clean it up.
They just gave him enough time to work around there and figure it out.
Will Richards does a lot of good basketball things.
Yeah, Warriors are winning the rebounding battle.
Markkanen, a true Euro step. But Moody tees up with 3. Moses has had some clean looks there. Kyle Anderson setting up Sensabaugh. Good hustle back by TJD. And then contesting the shot.
And didn't give up a blow by.
Kyle Anderson will get the layup.
That's a tough one.
That's just the bounce.
They're winning the turnover battle, points off turnover, so you're good in those categories. Keep playing a clean game.
Effort level's been really good. Steph, he jumped into Anderson. He'll pick up the blocking foul. He flipped it up and in, and Kyle's saying,
I'm just saying, I feel like he's doing it better, where he's dishing out punishment.
well, he's only waited set 23. Keontae George, TJD, what a block. Ricocheted that off the backboard. Curry for 3. Off back iron. Buddy Hield. Hield holding with a shot clock at 3.
That wasn't a pass.
Dangerous cross-court pass. Collier was waiting for it. Markkanen setting up Sensabaugh. He drops in the 3, and that's when the Warriors have lapses. It's turn position. Steph, sidestep 3. He's already running back. Come on, man. Curry's got 26.
There's nobody in the easy separation.
Markkanen, 7th best scorer in the league. Curry, 8th best scorer in the league. Slow-mo with a baby hook. I think Kyle's a great defender. I think he's a Swiss Army knife.
He's just solid.
I would
Stays within himself.
Any team would take Kyle Anderson. Will Richards missing that 3. TJD fouled.
Bring the force. He just pushed Kyle Anderson under. And again, you get another Steph double team. You're ready. Well, you have to expect one more push from the Jazz. See if you can get off to a great start. You have to remember, they're actually better in their offensive efficiency in the second half. They still have a quarter to up that as Collier fouled Richard. A lot of it is mental. Come in the game thinking about it. You can have a big impact on the glass.
I mean, Portland crushed them on the glass. Portland's best in the league in that area is Jimmy Butler themselves rebounding.
Especially when your coach gives you the green light to go. Like, go ahead and go, especially if you're... Oh, no.
And that's a little breakdown defensively on the out-of-bounds play, marking in the easy one. Pat Spencer with post, Jimmy Butler, Will Richard, Moses Moody. Swing, and Richard the open three. And he'll get his own rebound, and Will putting it up and out. Thought he had a...
He might have gotten a call if he wouldn't have pump faked and just jumped into the body, whatever he could find. The main thing is they want to keep Steph over there on that bench. See if you can execute, keep them in your rear view, keep them from threatening.
Well, you may get Draymond Wednesday. He is questionable for that game, but you're not going to have Horford and Dominguez miss 5 games in a row. As Pat Spencer right down him
out of control, and he's at the rim.
Ace Bailey from the elbow. Pat Spencer played 5 minutes in the first. So Clayton stripped it once. Jimmy's like, that hurt my hand, so I'm going to give Will Richard down the lane and fouled.
That jab step, that is one of my favorite moves. A little.
So Will Richard cut at the right time.
Aggressive move. If you're open on the cut, he wants to give it to you.
Ace Bailey missing, Pat Spencer.
Timeout.
Yeah, Steve Kerr seems to
rhythm threes.
Clayton was dealing with Steph initially. Now Pat Spencer finding post with the shot clock at 8. Curry cutting back door over Nurkic.
See, I looked it up. Just toy with people out there. Look at the defender could keep himself in between him and the basket. Like Keontae George is having all kinds of problems chasing this guy around.
Steph has 28. Ace Bailey, that's nice. I'll tell you, Ace Bailey for the 14 points. I like his game.
Yeah, he can score in a plethora of ways. He's started the last 7 games, and his numbers have looked pretty good.
Pat Spencer will get himself to the line.
Pat Spencer is just continue to attack.
Well, the one thing with Pat Spencer is he just gets better. He works so hard in the summer.
Well, I love listening to him talk. He was asked, like, how do you feel about your game? He's like, I feel better than I ever have. I'm really confident. I feel like my game.
Yeah, it's like, okay, yeah, you've played, 8 minutes, but you're plus 19 in the game. And break down there for Nurkic to dunk that down. I can hear Steve Kerr in terms of back cuts. He does not want that. DP2 down the lane, flipping it up and out, post fighting for it out of the pack. He can handle there. Setting up Ace Bailey for a corner 3. Rebound. Pat had the 13 assists and only 2 turnovers in Miami. Whoa, Steph on the sideline. That was nearly a giveaway, but they're making sure they don't have him tonight. Curry missing that 3, and Nurkic the rebound. Keontae George, he will get himself to the line. So if you look at Utah, as difficult as the West is, okay, Keontae.
Chemistry and camaraderie, and they do all they can. And obviously, you
the regular season and 7 times in the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, you mentioned about Keontae. He takes his time, takes a deep breath. I like the one dribble. I was a one dribble guy.
GP2, one dribble. Clayton sent him away. Gary stayed with it.
Yeah, playing GP2 and Steph working together, pick and rolls.
4 points, but GP2's got 7 assists and 6 boards. Out of the corner. Nurkic the rebound, and Steph Curry dropping in the 3.
Yeah, look, the 2 are having a ball out there together.
Yeah. Finish the Quentin Post. Draymond Green leads the team in plus-minus.
He's next.
Quentin Post is second, and he doesn't play that many minutes, by the way. So to be that good in the plus-minus, he's doing a lot of things on both ends of the floor.
Look at the defense. The Warriors aren't overhelping. Steph was in great position.
Oh, my buddy. He threw that backwards, and Ace Bailey will dunk it down. He moved his feet. Keontae George breaking the paint. Buddy came back to help, and George still quick enough to
more under control there. He is 4th rate from 3-point range, but Steph maybe pulls out a tiny bit shorter.
GP2 had time to seam that up. Yeah. Look at the make that 3. Ace Bailey answering. But both. Moody out of the corner, hit the side of the backboard there. Trace with the rebound. Buddy on a three. And out back up and in the baseline. Moody got him with the body.
Yeah, GP2 went for the steal because he couldn't get it. But it's like what I was saying, Draymond probably whispered in people's ears, this is how you play him. You got to get physical with him, get into him. Green sweatsuit just to fit in.
Oh, TJD, tic-tac-toe to Moses Moody.
Defenders stay with Steph Curry out there. You can make some things happen.
Dante George, little bumper car move and flips it in and draws the foul. George, it's him. Healed out of the corner. Buddy has had a night. He had 18 opening night. He's got 18 tonight.
Too much. Make him pay. And he wanted Buddy Hield to get another one. See one go in again.
Yeah, I'm not going to necessarily run this offense. I'm the hottest player. Very missing there, and Trace and Buddy. Yeah, but he's going to have a night. When I see 17 threes attempted, he's going to have a night where he's like 14 to 21 on threes or something, or 15 as Kyle Anderson scores.
I think so, because he is a three-point record that doesn't have his name on it.
No, that'd be the nice one to have.
Probably not a pass you want to throw up your AirPods there. There's too many defenders in there. It's
and also,
congested.
8 turnovers. Can they stay to the single digits? They got 3 minutes to go right now. Filipowski lays it up and in.
Even if it's a bad
20-point lead, but can you have a single-digit turnover night? And Spencer missing that three. First of 4 meetings against Utah, and the Warriors will try to snap that losing streak tonight. Looking very good at this juncture. Bailey, wow.
An attack, fly in there offensively. You can come up with, and only played 11 minutes. It was like the shortest amount of time.
Let me tell you about my 11 minutes.
Yeah, didn't play very long.
Was that against OKC?
The Bulls.
No, the Bulls, okay. Yeah. Santos putting it up and in only because I fouling a rookie out in minimal time.
Yeah. Sure, he probably learned a lot from that game, but he's got a lot of tools.
Knocking that away. That was a little welcome to the NBA for Ace Bailey. That pass, he had the right idea, but didn't execute it. The turnovers are at 9. Oh! Clayton putting it up and out. Can they have a single-digit turnover game?
Well, they need it for their numbers.
Nice pass, Pajemski to Gisan. Slow-mo up and under. Like the block party you went to over the weekend.
Basically, that was fun, too.
To celebrate the town. It was 30 NBA teams.
Well, look at them. They're swaggy.
It's one of the best courts I've seen out of the Warriors night, the City Edition games.
The black, the gold, it all just...
Sensabaugh did well to catch that pass from Collier. Shot clock down to 4. Collier down the lane, laid up and in. All right. 9. Santos to Buddy Hield to lay it up and in. You just see Steve right now. 9 turnovers. Yeah, single-digit game.
Well, you came in 29th in turnover percentage. Can you get those numbers up?
They can have a shot clock violation for the 10th turnover.
No, you can't do that.
The drama building with 8 to shoot.
Someone shoot, please.
Trace at 5. Pat Spencer at 4. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. The throwaway. And the Dreams before Thanksgiving. It's a season-high 102 field goal attempts for the Warriors. Make it 103. 34 assists and 10 turnovers. 3.4 to 1 is